足を振った先輩も噂流したやつもこれを作った男もみんな死ねばいい。
同じ部活の先輩が好きだって言っていた子、その先輩は大和なでしこみたいな子が好きだから、そのイメージで好きな人の話をする時の無邪気で幼く見えるその表情がいいと思った。
You're gonna feel a certain way about the episode, and you're gonna feel that way, and that's totally okay. I'm gonna feel about the episode how I'm gonna feel, and you may or may not agree with it, and that's the reason that I exist here on YouTube, is just to share my feelings as I review any episode of an anime. Now, when it comes to can a boy-girl friendship survive, I have a lot of commentary about the reset of emotions, we're not really going anywhere relationship-wise. And then we come across episode 7, where I was watching it, and I can't say I was bored or like it was a bad episode. And I've been saying this a lot about a lot of anime, but some seasons are just like this way. Like, it wasn't a bad episode per se. And I've said this over and over again for a multitude of animes this season, but there's just like a lot of anime that have really good concepts. They have a good concept of a plan. They have really good concepts, but then they just kind of let you down as the season goes on. And that's really why I feel here too. This unequivocally was a nothing burger of an episode. The cadence of events that happened this episode is legitimately like, I guess you could say legitimately like as follows. It is Himari and 𝐜𝐴 or whatever. It's Himari and Yu flirting. So they start the whole entire episode flirting. And then it is a bunch of different girls at the school who want to buy accessories from Yu. Right? And they want to buy accessories from him, and eventually towards the end of the episode they complain about the price. Now, you have to imagine that a hairpin or, whatever he's selling, at the most he's charging $25, $25, $50, you know what I mean? I imagine that if he was making like a legit custom necklace, like the ones that he made, okay, if there's some legitimate materials that go into that, maybe $100. I have to imagine that an accessory business, if you look on any legitimate one and you look on like Etsy and stuff, like they're going to cost you a little bit of money, but he's making them locally. He's not paying shipping, probably $25, maybe $15 for the hairpin, maybe $50 he probably charged $50 for the little necklaces, maybe $100 for the both, right? So you have these. Well, let me just stop there. So you have to, imagine that they're expensive in the case of like, yeah, in comparison to like your local bullshit store around the corner that just sells, accessories at the checkout line for, $3 to $5. Yeah, in that sense, they're expensive, but they're custom pieces, whatever. He does his business through social media, and people place orders online. So that's the thing. Then, after the flirtatiousness, he works on all of his custom pieces at Himari's house. They flirt even more. He lays on her lap. That's all that happens. He talks to Mishima, which is the blonde hair friend, who's like, I owe Inamoto a lot. And he's like, you'll find out. And then the last quarter of the episode was just the teacher complaining and then telling bro that he needs to stop his business. Excuse me, Mr. Teacher. Fuck you. Fuck the school and fuck the students. This is my business. Them little bitches decided to buy stuff from me. Y'all can fuck off. You're not telling me to do anything. So I'm listening to that and I'm just like, yeah, that's not how it works. The school can't do shit about his business. Even if the parents come and go, blah, 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 my daughter spent $75 on a hair, but I can't believe blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, papa. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, mama. Like, it don't matter. There's nothing they could do about it. So immediately I'm checked out because I'm just like, okay, that's not realistic. The most the school can do is request. They can request, can you please pause your business? Actually, they can't even really do that. Can you please pause your business at our school on premises? They can do that. They are within the rights to say, hey, on premises, you can no longer sell. But they can in no way, shape, or form. And because they went through the legal process, he's been doing this for a couple of years, and Yu is an intelligent guy, and you imagine his sister's handling the business. He could go and be like, hey, I'm not going to talk to you. I'll go talk to my family, get advice, whatever. He'll find out that the school can say, well, you cannot do business on our premises. You cannot sell accessories on our... Okay, cool. But they cannot demand anything else from him. So immediately I was checked out from that because, like, that's a stupid-ass storyline. Like that's stupid AF. Like it's like, okay, I'll quit your school. I'll go to a different school. I'll go online. You know what I mean? Bro was ready to go to Tokyo anyways for some bimbo. He just be like, all right, this is my last day at school then. What do y'all gotta say about that? I'll sue the school for discrimination and some other bullshit. Anyways, I don't want to get out the weeds. I just don't like that storyline. I think it's just dumb. And at the end of the day, the anime just simply needs to thrive on one thing. You and Himari's romance and their non-existent side character Inamoto rocking the boat so that these two characters can get closer, and maybe by episode 12 they realize their feelings. Probably effing not. And then the other girl who's the side piece will just remain the side piece, and she'll be sad on the side even though she's the better of the two. And whatever else, I don't know. The anime was already on teeter-tottering on like not that good. And this episode, the last storyline, like I was watching, I was like, who the fuck does this teacher think he is? Like, what? You're gonna sit there with your full chest out and tell some student like you can't run your business? The fuck? You don't own these kids. You know what I mean? He has an LLC. His sister manages their business. He's an online business. It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter. He's not some kid getting rich or, you know, making money off of like shooting video or like TikToks or a YouTube video at the school premises. And then that's how he's making. No, he has an online business that he just so happened to fulfill some orders in person, and it just so happens to be students at school. All he needs to say is, all the students at school, if you want to basically order anything, you must go online only. I don't take in person, whatever. The school can't do anything about it. They could be like, I hate this kid. They could treat him like doo-doo. They could be little pricks, but they can't do anything to him. I don't know. What an episode. What an episode. Anyway, this is a big nothing burger of an episode with just a really bad ending that all it did was just tick me off and just make me mad. So it made me feel mad. So maybe I did like it. I don't know. I would say this was a 6 out of 10 episode. Let me know what you guys think about the episode. I got really passionate at the end there. Most of you probably didn't make it to this point, but if you did, hit me with that like button. You know, let me know. Be like, yo, are you this passionate, y'all? So anyways, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about the episode in the comments below, my friends. Let me know if you're going to continue watching. And if you're not going to continue watching, let me know that in the comments too. I'll see you guys next week for episode number 8. Peace out, my friends. Have a good weekend.